Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Indigo here. Hope you're having a good day or a good night, whatever time it is when you watch this video. Okay, let's get into a reading for the collective. So I'm bitch structure, bitch discipline, bitch balance, like all things that are really necessary to go on a journey, but then like also enjoy the journey while you're on it. Sorry, I'm trying to get my cards and they're on the floor, and I don't know why I just didn't do this before I turned the camera on. I always do that. Anyways, all necessary. Something I just realized. Like the reason that people like don't enjoy things, or people like reach these points of just being like completely fed up or just like over something, is because there's a lack of healthcare. Okay, and when I say healthcare, I mean this is just like you caring about your health. Okay, whether it be your mental health, your physical health, um your spiritual health, right? It's like if you continue to upkeep all of these things, you'll never reach a point of like having like a burnout or being like uncomfortable, or in an uncomfortable um situation physically, okay, or even just spiritually. um and yeah, today I was really thinking about that because I noticed that after I got off work, like I was kind of just tired. Like, and I feel like, yeah, because I am somebody who does energy work. I am somebody who's highly gifted, somebody who's highly sensitive to energy, like somebody who's really tapped in. So I'm interacting with all these people, and that energy, like my interactions aren't just, they're not normal. So when I got off, I lay down, I was listening to some videos, and then I was like, okay, this is not serving me in any way, shape, or form. It's just making me more sleepy. And I was like, there are things that I want to do, and I feel as though I don't have enough energy, but that's not really the case. So I meditated. In my meditation was just kind of purging my mind of like today's energy and what I experienced, whether it be good or bad, whether it had a positive or a negative impact on me, and really picking apart why the experience was the way that it was, or why it triggered the emotion that it triggered, and what that emotion and the triggering was meant to do to help me evolve, or help me kind of do more shadow work on myself. Um, and then I was like, okay, well, let me take a bath. So I took a bath. There's a spider in the tub, and I literally just got him and let him outside. It was funny. He just walked away. Like he just walked away so politely, like just like, all right, bye, see you later. It was cute, right? And then after I got out the bath, I had like, I don't know, like downloads were just coming to me while I was sitting in the water. And I got out the bath, and then I did some prayer work, and that was really, really good. So it's like I've come up with a routine now to make sure that I have the best outcome, not just before my day starts, but even in the middle of my day. Like, and like when you have a job, like, but then you have your own like business or your own passion or whatever it is that you do, right? It's like the same effort that you put into getting up and going to work, and the same work and effort that you put into actually doing the work at your job is the same amount of effort that you should be applying to what it is that you're doing. So if one thing is taken away from the other, it's like, is the actual thing taken away from it, or is it you that's not, that is it you that's taken away from it because you're not prioritizing what you need in order to do what it is that you want? So that was kind of like a conversation that I just had with myself. And then I also feel like other people too as well. Like if you pick up something new and you realize like, oh, like, and you start to feel like, oh, I can't do this because it invokes a negative emotion. I really truly feel like the divine never puts you in a position that you can't handle. And I feel like when you experience those negative emotions are really just triggering you to make you reflect on yourself, right? Because the negative experiences that we're having are really being generated through our mind. It's being generated through the perception that we have on something. It's not really what we're experiencing, right? And like, that's not to say with all things. Some things are really fucking bad, right? And then, like, it was a really bad experience, and you have a choice whether or not you sit in that energy and just be like, oh, that was a really bad experience and I wasn't feeling it, and like you just avoid it completely, or you're like me, a person who looks in a cave and like, damn, it's dark as fuck in there, but I really want to go see what's in there, so I'm gonna go see. Like, bitch, I might bring a flashlight or something, but I want to see what the fuck is in the cave. Like, period. So it's like you have to be open to exploring these depths. And when you find yourself in a position or a space to where you feel like you can't do it, that's an illusion. And feeling like you can't do it, or something's just too much, or this or that, just know that like the divine never puts more on you than you can handle. And it's really just being brought into your life to evolve you, because God is preparing you for something that is so much bigger than what you can fathom right now, right? And I feel like evolving our perception, I feel like that is a really big thing right now in society, because yeah, they say it's two sides to every coin, but like I feel like the coin has become like this three-dimensional figure that has its outer layers, but then it also has this inner layer as well. And even when I say that, like, what? So it'd be like four aspects of it, right? And I feel like those four aspects are really just the four elements, right? The water, the emotion, the fire, the passion, the drive, the courage, right? The air, energy, the thought, the mind, the speech, and then the earth energy, the material, the grounding, the actual reality, right? That you're existing in. So I feel like reflecting on all those points can really like bring you out of feeling the way that you're feeling. Like, yeah, today I definitely had like a moment, and I was like, you know, I could either let this moment be a moment that triggers the fuck out of me or I can acknowledge that I feel triggered and think about why it is that I feel triggered, and then I can also use this as a moment to objectively look at this situation. Why am I triggered? What am I learning about the people that are triggering me, or the person that's triggering me? Then what am I learning about the other person that's not triggering me but is a part of the situation? What am I learning about myself in this moment? I don't know, it just became very enlightening to me. But structure, discipline, right? That's what I was talking about. So like I feel like at this time, like your health is very important, okay? Your physical and your emotional health It's very good for you at this time to check in with your emotions, okay? And you don't have to do it like right away. My brain kind of works really fast, so I'm able to to get the important aspects of something and then later on in my day really go deep into them. But I do feel like anything that emotionally triggers you or makes you angry, sad, happy, any of those fucking emotions, you should really pick them apart and like learn more about yourself and why it is that you feel the way that you feel, right? um so I really want to get back into structuring the readings. And yeah, the thing that I was doing before was the Supreme Mathematics Tarot, using the major arcana and the concept of the Supreme Mathematics. I'm also learning about numbers right now, and I feel like my brain is about to do something that, bitch, what the fuck? But we'll get there when we get there. Anyways, what I came up with, and this was like a while ago, I feel like this might have been around this time, like last year. Divine self realization, right? So, supreme mathematics is just, the adding of the days in the year to get a number. So, it's the 12th December. That energy is a 3, which we know Empress is the 3 in the major arcana. And the supreme mathematics, it's understanding. Okay, I also feel like at this time there's a lot of like mother figure energy that's getting like this understanding or just this validation for like how much women go through after they have children based on their circumstances or their environment having the support that they need or not having the support that they need. um and really, like, I feel like younger children are starting to like show some type of gratitude because they're realizing like it really is not easy to just birth a child into the world and then just go back into life. A lot of women put their emotions to the side to make sure that they showed up for, not only their children but their significant other, especially if you're someone who's married or just in a long-term relationship. And a lot of the times women can appear to be completely unbothered or completely unfazed by the things that they go through, so much so that people forget to like check in with them, right? It's like when you have a child, a part of you literally die. Like you go through a death experience. Like childbirth is one of the most painful things. Um, and you can either live or die after like giving a child. Like it's not a procedure, but it's damn near just as severe as actually getting like surgery done to your body. Um, or this could just be women also initiating that conversation of acknowledging how they've grown and developed after having children and actually sharing with their family and with their spouses, like if they are okay, if they are not okay, actually asking for what you need and not feeling the need to be fucking superhero. Because the expectation is, oh, a woman is supposed to have children, cook, clean. Now the expectation is a woman's supposed to have children, cook, clean, have a job, run a business, do this, do that. Like, and it's not an expectation, but it's just like when you see so many people in the world doing it, sometimes you don't factor in the support that they also have behind the scenes because you're just focused on the person that is accomplishing what it is that you wish to accomplish. And we also have to think about everything else that goes into that, right? Even when we think about our health, like we were just talking about at the beginning of the conversation. So today is the 11th, right? So that's a 2. But the 11 in the major arcana is justice, right? But the 2 in the major arcana is the high priestess. And then the 2 in the supreme mathematic is wisdom. So, and I feel like this is just speaking for feminine energy as well, but for some reason I'm really focused on women. I do feel like men are like waking up like hardcore, and they're really acknowledging like what women go through and how they don't, how they just kind of have been blaming women and not really holding themselves accountable for their partaking in situations. Okay. I feel like justice is imbalance is coming in the form of like your emotions and you being able to express them, and being able to look back on your life and the feelings that you did have and how you addressed them and how they contributed to you being as wise as you are. I also feel like the younger generation is now seeking out wisdom from the older generation, just in thinking. Like yesterday I had a thought of like some of our ancestors were slaves, right? They experienced slavery, like literal physical torture, sexual abuse, all types of abuse, and got up every day and went to work, right? Because working in the fields, working in the house, right? In your slave master's house, like that was a job, right? And you still had to show up for it. You didn't really have a choice, right? And it's like, how did they still do that and endure the trauma that they endured, but still live, still have childbirth, like literally having children for men that literally raped them, but literally raised the children with love, with nurture and care, didn't disassociate themselves from the truth of it, but accepted it and still participated in it. And I'm not saying that everybody was like that, but like in these times where like things of like abortion are at risk of becoming like not available to society, I feel like it's a time to reflect on the past and what was it that they took from having to go through these situations. And I feel like it also is a testament to continuing a bloodline, okay? Like knowing that your spirit, your soul, your ancestor lineage, the energy will live on forever and ever. Okay? Anyways, 2004 or 2024 could be significant to somebody though. Right? Is that 8 energy? I believe 8 is strength. Right? Build and destroy. And I really feel like this is destroying the old narrative where women were just being blamed for everything, when women were really keeping everything intact. And it may not have been in the way that the masculine energy would have preferred it to be or saw it being, but the women really did endure a lot and still overcame obstacles and challenges, and then also still did the internal work to better themselves, right? I feel like there's just this acknowledgement of how strong femininity is and how powerful you can be when you can grasp that energy and understand how it is worked within you, and how you can use it to make your world around you work for yourself, because the high priestess energy is also like hidden secrets, hidden mysteries, the occult, right? It is everything that people don't want to speak about and like kind of gatekeep certain information, but it really is the information that could free our people. And like you can't give everybody access to everything, but even in that, karma is to be dealt. So as it is as it should be, okay? Yeah. That was a flow. That was a flow. I'm feeling it. I also feel like this morning I woke up and literally all I heard was Biggie's song blasting in my head. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, sign pets, heavy deal up in the limousine. Right, like mom, like it was just blasting in my ear. Like that's all I heard this morning while I was getting ready. And y'all know I'm doing the Biggie's channeling, and that was something that he really laid heavy on me, was that his relationship with women was in no way, shape, or form the same relationship that Diddy had with women. And I feel like there were conversations that were had that Diddy did not appreciate from Biggie in terms of trying to teach him how you should and how you should not treat women. And I feel like this was something that he started to become envious of him for. Right? There's that Queen of Pentacles. Mother figure energy. Hold on, what is this? I don't want to do the Biggie channeling in this message because that's not what this message is. So be sure you turn your post notification bell for when I do post that channeling. Okay? So there could be choices, okay, actions in which it is that you Ace of Cups, Nine of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, the Hermit and the Four of Wands, the Two of Cups and the Four of Swords. Right? This is a brand new beginning that I feel like Mother Energy is experiencing, and I feel like it has a lot to do with like being appreciated. And I really feel like people like Kendrick Lamar are leading like this revolution. Like, don't get me wrong, like I love Drake music, and like I know that words are spells, right? And I am very much so aware to the fact that his music is completely plant-based and indoctrinated to the core. And it's not all like that, but it definitely did become like that, right? Because once you start serving certain agendas and signing certain contracts, you kind of have to pick a side, right? And I feel like there's been this side where, you know, a lot of emotionally damaged men who don't have great relationships with their mother and never really seen their mother and their father have a great relationship came about. And then there are men who maybe even they didn't have a great relationship with their mother or even see their mother and their father together, but they learned from what they seen in a different dynamic. They learned from what they experienced, and they took what they learned and evolved themselves. They didn't use their trauma to perpetuated back and spew it out into society and serve agenda that did not equate to evolving and healing and transforming yourself as a masculine energy, but then also being that example that allows and creates a safe space for the feminine energy to evolve, right? I'm very much so aware. And this is a lot of like family lineage healing, okay? Yeah, throat, wholeness, pith, skill, okay? Basset, passion. I feel like there's something that you're really passionate about and you're getting it. Okay, also for some of you, this is like a brand new fucking beginning. I feel like there's a lot of emotion and feeling that you put into something and people see that within you, and I feel like people really want to work with you because they admire how much you care. Like, it's not that you just enjoy what you do, but you care about what it is that you do. You have a very good attention to detail, and you're very charismatic, and you look very fucking good while you do it. You're very confident and courageous, okay? I feel like these are also like men that are like commending you, and I see the Ace of Pentacles and the Ace of Rods, and then I see the Emperor peeking out with the Page of Rods. You can make somebody feel like a kid again, and somebody can want to bring justice into your life because they know all of the fucked up shit that you've had to endure in your life, okay? But they also know how many times you've had to, like, I heard rebrand, okay? Like, die and, like, come back to life. Like, somebody admires you, but I feel like this is a lot of masculine energies. Like, you have a lot of masculine energy that is, like, thinking. Like, and thinking about things that they never really thought about before. But yeah, that's kind of all I'm gonna do for this message because I don't want to make this a long video, and I really need to finish eating my food and then make this other content. But that was the foundation of the message, and I just feel like feminine energy is getting an opportunity to be recognized, you know, to actually receive your flowers from the world and be given the floor, and to be able to be in spaces that aren't going to just try to utilize you for your energy, but like actually be of assistance in serving the agenda that it is that you are serving, because people really believe in what you have to say and what it is that you stand for. But that's the message that I got for you guys. I will see you guys later. Bye.